But besides all that, what have you been jamming since the last pod?
Man, we've been on this blog era, you know what I'm saying? So, boy, I jammed it.
A little bit in the middle. More in the middle.
You don't think it's going to
because when you lift up your shirt, it's going to hit that neck. It's going to start scratching at that scratchy.
Hold up, guys. Hold up. I'm sorry. But that J. Cole, Friday Night Lights.
I wanted to go back to that one. I was like, I didn't have enough time.
I was cleaning. I'm sweeping my floors. I was like, you know what? I was just like, I'm in a J. Cole mood. Like, Friday Night Lights, you know, we've been talking about the blog era. Play to be. Oh, my God. You know this is supposed to be the album. The first album.
No, I did not.
It got...
yeah, because it got delayed or whatever.
Bro, oh, my God. Just the rapping he did on here, bro. Like, the intro track.
Was this hands down his best project?
To me... I think this is J. Cole's best project, in my opinion. I'm pretty sure some people are like, no, man, he's rapping better now. But I don't know. It's just something about him around the like warm up and like lights, and I said lights, please, and Friday Night Lights. I don't know. To me, he was rapping a little different. Like you feel that hunger, and you still related to him at that time. I don't think he talked about like college that much. And just like back to the topic freestyle is one of my favorite J. Cole's like songs, bro. Cause like I know that whole verse still, bro. Like. Come on, man. He was just on there spitting. I would recite some of the lyrics, but I don't want to mess up for the camera, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, just, I don't know. It's just a really put together project. It's, like, well put together. And I'm like, and he put this out as a mixtape? It's crazy. But, yeah, that's one thing I jammed being. And
I need J. Cole to put his mixtapes on streaming. If anyone needs to put their mixtapes on streaming, I need the warm-up and Friday nights. I don't care about the come-up like that.
Yeah, the come-up was, yeah.
And Friday nights, and shoot his EPs.
Even
though I know he added some of the Truly Yours onto the actual Born Sinner Deluxe.
Yeah.
Nah, I still add them EPs too.
Man, then Vilmatic was. Oh my God, I remember when that came out. Oh, come on, man, Cole.
I don't remember much of that one.
Bro. Oh my God, bro, it was just a perfect time around that time, man. Like, if you guys, I don't know, it's a lot of new hip hop fans out here, and if y'all found our channel, bro, and like we went through the blog era, bro. Like that shaped us.
We lived through it.
We lived it. Like so, like most of the kids, like our age, you know, I want to say what would you say the age range would be? 35 and down, or what?
I'd say
35 to what? 20.
Last age is probably 35 to
27, 26.
26.
From 26 to 35, you say?
Yeah. But then again, blog era was like 2000.
Or you could say 40. Shoot, now. Because, shoot.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of those people were adults,
yeah.
but a lot of them rappers were younger than the adults. Yeah. If they're 40 now, a lot of them rappers, I think, were younger.
Yeah.
Because we're now past the age of those rappers that was coming out in that era.
But I say that, like, from 30 to, like, 20, I say 32 from, like, I want to say 26, 25, like, it shaped us, B. Like, that whole era shaped our personality, shaped what we wanted. Like, we had those artists for us that, like, one of your favorite artists is from that era.
GOAT.
One of my favorite artists is from that era.
GOAT.
Like, most people that's in, like, younger in the hip-hop, like, in our age range, their favorite artist is from that era, bro. It's no match, bro. It's like, no, we didn't go through the golden era, but, like, bro, the blog era just, it impacted more than just us, bro. It's like, that era is so.
I think it was probably one of the biggest shifts for hip hop.
It was, bro.
Because that's when everything just went online, and that's when physicals basically got erased at that.
And point. It was so crazy how, like, I know we talking about this, but I don't know, bro. It was an amazing time, and I just feel like when we had it and it was slipping away, I wasn't even thinking about it was leaving. To like, I really noticed that it left. I think it was one day when I was just like, man. It had to be like 2015, 2016-ish. Probably 2015. I was just like, bro, when the last time I just found the artist like on a blog? Like at the time, this was when the SoundCloud was emerging. Oh yeah. I was finding everybody on SoundCloud.
Yeah, Uzis and Triple X.
And most of them guys, you know, blog era, all they was influenced by a lot of blog era rappers and stuff. I don't know, bro. It's so crazy because I was on the website what I told you about looking at mixtapes, and if you go, they got years from like 2002 to 2024 for mixtapes. And like when you hit 11 or 10, bro, it's like a flood of mixtapes, bro.
I feel like that's when a lot of competition.
Bro, it was like mixtape. I was looking at these covers, I'm like, bro, I remember this. And I'm like, this sucked. I remember listening to this. I'm like, it was just crazy, bro.
Make sure y'all check out the next episode. That's all I gotta say.
Oh my God, B, it was some bad mixtapes out there during that time.
Hey, we're not gonna talk about Hops and the Go like that.
Hobson.
Whatever little album he had where it's like him on that tricycle.
I ain't gonna lie. I was a fan of Hobson, bro.
I was too.
I was a fan of Hobson, bro. I look back at that.
Kids don't even know that probably now.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
They don't even know
Thinking of
Lil
Lupe
B like
Sandy
that.
skateboard. Dum,
Oh, you talking about that single that he had with the music video?
Remember that?
Yes. He was one of them kids.
Bro.
Them alternative kids.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, but you know, you jocked his style.
Stop. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I wish I had a picture. I know.
You can add right there.
Yeah, but I don't have it though.
You don't have one, bro?
No,
Oh,
it's
my
about older phones.
Hey, bro had to eliminate from the world, bro. You have to erase that from you.
Hey, I probably got some videos of it though.
Yeah, you probably, because I think you used to make skits with it.
Uh-huh.
With them, yeah. You a wild boy. What you been listening to, B?
So, as usual, you know, I sometimes go through phases in the week of what I want to listen to. And last week, I wanted to revisit some Cameron. I wanted to go through I thought it was going to be a 4-album run. I wanted to go through his 3-album run, which was the albums Come Home With Me, Purple Haze, and Killa Season. Back then, I loved Killa Season the most.
Yeah.
Then I like Purple Haze. Then I didn't really jive with Come Home With Me. Please.
I remember when you went through this last time.
Now it's the opposite for me. I think Come Home With Me is his best project that I've listened to out of that 3-album run. Then Purple Haze, then Killa Season. To me, Killa Season, the quality kind of drops right there. I'm just like,
Purple Haze will always be my favorite. I'm sorry.
Purple Haze, to me, there was some production choices. Yes, there was some production choices. I'm just like. Then also, it was a bit lengthy. I get it for the times. I was just like, let me say this. It's only a bit lengthy, pause, when it gets very uninteresting later on in the album. So it's just like, I'm kind of like, tapping out right now.
It's hard
pause. But, Come Home With Me?
I think Purple Haze is more, I think it's more for me is because, I think it's more personal. Because it was like my first Cameron album I ever listened to. So I think that's why. That was like it wasn't my introduction to Cameron as like a kid hearing what's the one with him and Jewels on Come Home With Me?
Not Boy.
Doom 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 doom. Hey Ma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like
I'm about to say the other single.
Yeah, like Hey Ma and all that. I knew that, but like Purple Haze was like the first album I actually listened to from Cameron in like freshman year of high school. Like I actually listened to it, and I'm like, this is amazing.
Yeah, see, for me, my introduction to just the Diplomats in general was Jules Santana.
Yeah.
With him collaborating with Wayne. And so then, then Jim Jones came out afterwards.
Yeah.
So then, that's when I kind of go back.
Yeah.
Like, that's why my first Dipset project overall from all of them, like, in terms of, like, each one, my first one was Diplomatic Community. That was my first album I've heard from any of them. Okay. But, but my first one was from them as a group, not any solo project.
Yeah.
Then after that was the Jim Jones one. Yeah, Cameron. I had to go back, especially since he's been buzzing in the media lately because of his podcast. It is what it is.
Yeah.
The funny pause moments he has with him and Mace, which I just love.
I love
the camaraderie that they have on their platform. I just love the clips that they have on TikTok. I don't care about the sports because I'm not into that stuff. But every time they be talking about like hip hop or something, which I wish they would make like a separate show outside of that because they are hilarious.
I think because I watch this show, not all the time, but if I catch an episode, I watch the full episode. I like that they keep it sports, but they bring up hip hop stuff. And I'm like, I think that little dose keeps you like, they randomly telling a story. And I don't know, I think that's the cool part about it. Like them not just giving us all these, but like when they talking about what they talk about, and then sometimes they give you a little story out there, you're like, that was dope. And then it becomes like a big viral moment. Because I don't know, I just like the little doses they give you. And so, my next album is Consequence, Don't Quit Your Day Job.
I need to listen to this one.
So, I listened to this because you listened to the mixtape. And it made me
to the cleaners.
Yeah, and it made me like, man, the only album I ever listened to from Consequence was Don't Quit Your Day Job. And I'm like, I went back to a beat. I'm like, this album right here, bro. It just put you, like you said, you felt like old Kanye West, And Kanye on like 3 of the songs and like the production, just that whole era. This album gives that. It screams that. He was like, this is so like this era of Kanye West. And just, Consequence, you could tell, he was in Kanye's writing room, some of the same like bars and stuff that they say. You like, damn, I can picture Kanye making this album. And one thing about this album, what drew me to it around that time, probably like 2008, when I listened to it, I listened to it like a year before it came out, I think, after it came out. And was the album cover. I don't know why I love this album cover. Some of the skits on this album could be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, look, this is corny. But it's talking about like how this dude, all he want to do is rap. And his dad, that's his dad. His mom wanted him to get a job because he started off quitting his job and then he got another job. And then he's like, he told his mom, you know what? I got this job and I can work in the daytime and go to the studio. And if I stay in the studio too late, then I won't miss my job. And she's like, yo, don't do that. Make sure you know what I'm saying? She's like, my prayers have been answered. You got a job, you know, type stuff. And he raps. It's not like a concept, but it has like conceptual like meanings in it because he kind of staying with a theme of like, you know, trying to get this job, like trying to make it in the rap game and calling out like other artists and he had a little story about his uncle getting out and trying to be in a bad influence and like living with his mom. And he was just like, Uncle Raheem, need to get out of there. Da, 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 I'm trying to do my thing and you here smoking crack and all this type of stuff. And it just got some of my favorite songs from Kanye and him, like with Grammy Family, The Good, The Bad, The Ugly, just the intro track job song. I love that. Oh man, this album, bro, it's not a perfect album. It's not a classic. It's just a really solid album. And I don't really know what happened to Consequence, but he just, you know, this was like, he didn't do nothing really after this. You know, I don't know if Kanye was the first sweatshop. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe what Drake probably got
Dr.
that from.
Dre was probably.
Yeah, we don't want to mention it. But as a rapper, you know, Kanye was taking all 8 bars, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But Consequence, don't quit your day job. Out here, for all you young folks out here that don't listen to Consequence, don't know nothing about him, just, yo, check this out, man. Like, this is something that I remember being on, like, Yay to the and all that Nike Blog Talk, talking about hip-hop back in those days, bro. Like,
you talking about going to a website for music? Oh, yeah, they definitely don't know what you're talking about.
Oh,
everything's
man,
on Spotify for them.
Being on a freaking message board and everything, bro, going in there.
Forums?
Yeah, the forums, bro. I forgot my name. I used to have I was a Glazer kid. I had, like, Rager or something like that.
I forgot mine, too. Super Saiyan. I don't know what it was. Super Saiyan something.
On Nike Blog Talk, I was like a Jordan something because 23, it was something like that. Because all my stuff was like shoes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I had a few accounts for forums, like for music, and one for like anime, specifically like a Dragon Ball Z forum. I forgot what it was. Super Saiyan something.
Do you remember Kanye West blog site? That was so dope.
Kanye.
Not Kanye too. That was his like forum, but he had a blog site. And you could click to it, and it had like. It was so futuristic. Like you go to his site, bro. It was so dope.
I gotta see a picture of it probably to remember.
Kanye West, his website was so dope. I used to love it. Yeah.
Geezer memory right there.
Hey, bro, I'm an old man.
Oh, we know.
Oh my God.
But next project I listened to, because Rich Homie died, and we'll talk about it later on in this podcast. Had to jam one of his tapes, one of my favorite tapes from him. I Promise I Will Never Stop Going In, the deluxe edition. And I was like, man, I remember jamming this in high school and college. I was jamming this from the back. I went back to it. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I don't like it as much as I did back then.
Yeah.
Some stuff I do. The stuff that I loved back then, I still love now. But there's just some stuff I'm just like, okay, this went on a bit too long. Yeah. Some of these tracks. But the songs that hit, like a walkthrough, let me see, blah, blah, blah. Whole lot of there was just a few songs, especially the first song on the actual album itself, the intro track, all great songs. And one of the things I do miss, and I kind of hate it, but I understand why they do it. I miss the DJ drama, like screaming all over the track and like running the song all the way back, because I'm over here like, oh yeah, he's about to run the song back. Then he just keeps going. I'm like, oh, I forgot. Streaming version. And then you could tell that these songs were mixtape songs because they would have like a big old gap of just silence in the instrumental. And I'm just like, this is kind of awkward. But I get why they do it. But yeah, I had to go back to that project since he recently died. You know, put a little extra money in his pocket towards his family's estate or whatever. Yeah. I enjoyed that project. And there were some songs in there I liked, but I'm not going through his whole discography.
Yeah, I
never listened to his whole discography. I was never the biggest fan, but that one tape, I remember when that dropped, I listened to it. That ish was heat back then.
Yeah, I never listened to it. I only know like 3 Quan songs, and that was his big songs.
Yeah, like 2 of his big songs I think are on there, except for the let me see, the Flex. Besides that song,
I listened to so much this week, bro. So
you probably gonna have more than me.
Yeah, I listen to a lot
because there's some stuff that we'll have for the next episode that I'll talk about then.
Okay. Oh yeah. See, I might. Think I should say something for that too?
I'm saving some of mine for that. That way I can have my commentary of when I listen to that stuff.
All right, cool.
That's why I'm not going to bring all of that in there.
Okay. Another project I listened to is a recently released from my boy Toro y Moi.
That's who that is? Okay, because I seen you post that first, I think. Yeah. And then I seen other people. I'm like, okay, what is this?
Yeah. So I think this is whole Erth. I guess that's what it is. But anyways, my guy. I love this dude. I've been listening to this dude since I was like 17 years old, 18 or whatever. He's been on a path of like he's never been someone that you could just put him in a genre because he pulls for so much. You know,
I was just gonna ask you what genre is this album.
He's just a musical guy. This right here sounded like one of the YNs on some of this stuff. He sound like because he's doing little like rapping on here and it's like crazy, but he also has like some his electronic stuff, but it's like more like he got Kenny Mason on here, he got Don Toliver on here, he got Kevin Abstract on here, Duckworth, so he goes into that little electronic like hip hop, high tempo a little bit. And then he has this one song, which I think was the title. I'm not the title, but was the like the lead single called Tuesday, which is kind of like lo-fi punkish, popish, punkish, whatever you want to say. And like I don't know how I feel about this. I'm like, am I losing my guy?
You mean like that? I thought you meant positively.
No, like I'll say I like some of this stuff, but like I probably have to give it a few more listens for me to actually like give it really good feeling on it, like how I really feel on it. But nah, man, I don't know. I don't think this one was the one, man, because I don't know.
What was wrong with the too many variations?
I think it's just some worlds on Erth that he's on that he's rambling in that I don't want to see him in. Like the intro track, I did not like. It's just some stuff I'm like, it just don't sound right. It don't sound natural.
Is there stuff that he usually gives you that's on this album?
I can say Tuesday. That was not bad. The song with Kenny Mason is cool. Smoke. It kind of gives you same stuff what him and Kenny did on Kenny project, but you know he was more at the end. But it's kind of like on a similar production. But I don't know. I probably gotta get a few more listens. I gave it one listen, and I also was working, so I don't know, man. I don't know. It didn't leave a good taste in my mouth. Like after I listened to it, I didn't think about it no more, and it's just rare.
So there was no type of. Do you also think? Were you listening to a lot of music that day?
I did, yeah.
So maybe you was just trying to go through all the albums.
Maybe that could be it. That could. But I'm not going to crap on it or nothing because I just feel like I didn't get my genuine reaction to it. I probably need to listen to it, while I'm just chilling. Oh, I recently got some Beat Pro studio joints. So maybe I might have to go home one day and just blast it.
Oh, you didn't listen to it through them?
Nah. I was just at work.
Those are the headphones, right?
Yeah, those are old heads. I put them on. I bought them yesterday. I put them on. I'm like, yeah, I'm in the game now. I'm telling you, I
need to get some new ones. Mine cracked. Headphones cracked.
Let's say once we get like a setup of like I can use those headphones.
Do they have like the cord in?
Yeah, they got the aux.
As long as we have a interface, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was looking through that stuff. Yeah, I can use them. Hey, nah, bro. Shit sounds good. But yeah, I don't know. Toro y Moi, whole Erth, man. I think that's how you say it. I'm not going to give a crazy reaction to it or review on it. I'm not going in depth saying I didn't like it, but it was just some parts I did not like, man. And it's just hard for me to say that about my boy Toro, man. But hey, maybe I got to get another listen, B. What you got next on the docket?
My next one, and sadly we didn't include this one on the tier list that we're going to be doing after this podcast episode. Listen to Wale's More About Nothing. Because
we both can talk about that because I was going to talk about it.
You was going to talk about it?
Yeah.
So for me, and I want to do a review on this one day. Yeah. This isn't going to be the full review right here because I got to do more listens. I was never the Wale guy growing up. I always kind of thought he was corny because he did the love stuff. And I thought Drake was corny at times, but Drake made music that I just really liked.
Because he made it simple.
Yes. But
Wale put the poetry. He did the
I'm
poetry.
just like, dude, I don't want to.
He made it a story. Wale was.
See, I didn't like that, but I was young back then. Though we gotta think about the times.
He was top tier, bro.
That was simpish to me back then. That was.
He was good.
Drake was simp music too, but he had some nice bass to it though. But with Wale, I went back to this project and I'm just like, dang. Like
breaking up is hard to move along is even harder.
This project right here, and I'm glad that he put it on streaming, even though, I think there was like 1 or 2 differences on there. Like he didn't have No Hands, which obviously why he didn't have that on there. And then he didn't have another song on there. But I was just like, dang, the production on this is good. I'm like, the rapping on this is good. I'm like, what was wrong with me, man?
He was going
But you also know that I didn't like that it was the same either.
Yeah.
You thought I didn't like Take Care back then either. Yeah. So I grew to love it back in high school. Yeah. But I didn't like that stuff back then either.
You did.
But going back to this now, as a grown adult, I had to go through Wale's discography with a new set of eyes.
But you started liking like Ambition though, right? And you like that?
I liked Ambition. That was the only Wale I liked. That and the Forlorn mixtape.
Yeah.
But that's it. Like I didn't like the whole nothing about
Form mixtape.
whatever. I didn't like none of that stuff. I liked Ambition though, but I always called Wale a flip flop because it always felt weird to me. He'd be super soft and all that, but when he's with Rick Ross,
I hate it
I'm a
when
hard Negro. I'm a thug.
I hated when he went to MMG.
See me,
God.
that was more so like that brought me more to Wale because he was on a lot of those tracks on the
MMG, because I know you was into
yeah.
he
I
was
loved
on Rick
MMG in
Ross.
general.
Yeah.
So for me, I was just like, oh, Wale's a flip flop. Like, dude, I don't like this. But like on this album, like or mixtape, the mixtape or More About Nothing, especially with that song with Kevin Durant intro in it,
Oh, yeah.
and then the posse cut, I'm just like, oh yeah,
on, bro.
real Negroes F with me. I'm like, come on,
Hey, bro. Hey, more about nothing. Like I actually listened to this as well, bro.
Mm-hmm.
B, this right here was just the one.
To me, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars on my app because I'm just like, there was nothing wrong. Production and
It was
everything
so crazy because like one of the songs on there that stuck out to me that because it just brought me back to those times like me and all our cousins, bro. We would jam Cool, the Cool, like Breeze with Wiz on the hook. Oh my, with Wiz on there, bro. Definition of Ice. You know what I mean? It's just bro, it's just a time. And then Wale just. Bro, I just used to love his flow. I used to just love Wale flow, bro. And then like Breakup Song is like one of my favorite Wale songs. I love that song, bro. It's just like, because I love the intro, because this got me into Seinfeld and just like, what you mean? You giving me the me? It's not, if it's you, it's not you, it's me routine? Yeah. I admitted that it's not you, it's me routine.
You told me it's me or something like that.
He's like, bro, nobody does it better than me. It's me, you know what I'm saying? And then Wale just, like talking about the relationship, just he really breaks down relationships at that time. Like me being like a teenager, listening, I'm like, man, this is so dope. And then I just love when he put out the music video, and it's like one of my favorite movies of all time, with like 500 Days of Summer. Mm-hmm. Like he actually redo that the movie in a music video form. I'm just like, Wale is just so dope, bro. And then the intro, what's called the MCs?
I forgot the name.
Is it MCs? Bro, just rapping, bro. It's because like I was telling you how I listened to the mixtape About Nothing.
I did too.
And I'm listening to that and I'm like, oh yeah, this is much better than More Than Nothing. And I listen to him like, listen to More About Nothing. I'm like, I don't touch it because I feel like this was like Wale more polished, even from his album. Like Attention, what's it called?
Attention Deficit.
Deficit, I think. Yeah. Even though I love that album, but like this project, this mixtape was like, I don't know, it felt more polished. He was just rapping really well. It's like he found his pocket, and I'm like, yeah, Wale finna be that guy. I didn't know hand. It was just,
to me, it found a great balance between, oh yeah, I'm this like intellectual.
Yeah, the MC, that's what it's called.
Oh, okay. To me, it found the right balance of I'm this sweet dude with the poetry. I'm also this intellectual, and I can get you with the rapidy rap. Also, I can come at you with some trunk knocking stuff too. To me, and I listened to the mixtape About Nothing this weekend as well for the next video. And I'm not gonna talk about it too much here. I'm just like, I see where Wale's going at. To me, he just didn't hit the mark on this one. But More About Nothing, because to me, that one it instantly clicked for me. This listen, you know, back when I was younger, I'm just like, yeah, no. Yeah. But this listen, I'm like, oh yeah, this is clicking. And then you asked me that question, so I went back I went to the mixtape About Nothing. I'm like, yeah, that. I'm like Charlotte, like, yeah, that ain't it.
Yeah, ain't it.
That ain't it compared to what I listened to.
You listen to, because like that's how I felt. Because I'm like, I haven't listened to mixtape About Nothing in so long. I'm talking like, bro. First semester, freshman year,
like
bro.
Since high school.
Bro, it was so long. But More About Nothing, like, it probably been since like 2012, 2013 since I listened to it. But it's been a while, and mixtape now, I'm like, dang, this sounds more refreshing. Like, but like hearing More About Nothing, I'm like, oh my God, like this is different. Even though he have tracks like Black and Gold, that still shows you him as being like, he's really diverse. Like he'll hop on something like this, and like even when he used to rap on like go-go beats and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, just Wale, man, it just what I felt what Wale was gonna do, bro, and just what his, bro, you don't know how people felt about
the Golden
Wale.
Three, B.
Bro, Wale, Kid Cudi, and Drake, bro. These three dudes was the ones.
You can't talk about Drake. Drake was never part of hip hop, B.
Bro, them three, I remember I used to have that cover, that magazine with them. They had a
that was in XXL, right?
Bro, yeah, and all three of them like in the wash interior, just walking down the street, like, bro, like them three, man. Man, and then like Wale just fell out of that. It's just like, it was like Wale, Big Sean, J. Cole, Drake, Kid Cudi. Like, we knew Kid Cudi was there for like just the art. You know, he was different with, you know, the hums and the melodies, and like Drake melody singing. Wale was like the heart, and Big Sean had the flow. J. Cole was like kind of a mix of like, you know, the rapping, the soul, the beat making. It just, I don't know, it was just a perfect time, B. And it's just like, some of those guys just had to fall. And I just never thought Wale was going to be it, because just think about the success he had radio-wise. Even when he got with MMG. like his radio success was going crazy. No Hands, Flower Bomb. It was some more stuff too. It was like
Bad.
It was just like, what happened?
He had a hit a few years ago with Jeremiah.
Not too, yeah. Well, what?
But that was
2019.
Yeah, when we was working at the Big Blue Building.
Yeah, but it didn't hit like
No, it didn't hit
hit
like
like
that. But also,
how like Flower Bomb and stuff.
But also, you got to remember the era that we was in too.
Yeah.
People wasn't fully in the blog era.
Yeah.
It was more so you had to be a nerd to be in the blog era to be on the.
Yeah, but when you look at the trajectory of Wale, how he was looked at first, bro, it's just like
Yeah, Wale was literally, to me, I don't know how. To me, Wale surpassed Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
Out of those big three, and to me, he was like number one guy.
Yeah.
Drake was getting there, but he ain't dropped Take Care
Yeah.
yet. Once Take Care dropped,
because I feel like with so far gone, I think Drake was always number one. Because I don't think none out of those blog eras, only person I think was close with mixtape wise success was Wiz Khalifa. With success,
we talking about mixtape wise?
No, I'm just saying just from success from a mixtape, how you was feeling it on the blogs and So Far Gone. Like I remember when So Far Gone hit like 08, first semester. I remember the freaking impact of that joint. How I felt on the internet, even in the schools, like it was crazy. And I'm saying Wiz was the only guy that had a mixtape around that time that kind of matched that level to me. Like I couldn't escape that mixtape on the internet or in the town. Like, but when it comes to like Wale, yes, Wale, I feel like when he got his commercial success, that's when, because blog era people was loving Wale. You know, he was the nerd. He was also a hype beast.
I think it was SoundCloud era when everybody started calling him corny.
Then it just started. Yeah, he started being like jokes. Oh, he's too emotional because you know he gonna get on Twitter.
Basically, what they say about Drake
me,
now,
yeah.
even though they said the same stuff about Drake back then, literally that all went to Wale.
Yeah.
I'm just like, where did this change happen?
Yeah, it was so crazy, bro. Oh my god, I just don't know. I would not imagine Wale being the places he is now. I'm not saying like, oh,
But I think because now love is kind of played out.
Yeah.
In terms of like music, positive love is now played out. Wale is like super positive love. Like he'll acknowledge when he's toxic here and there. It's not like he'll glorify it. That's the problem. He'll acknowledge it. He'll talk about how he wants to do better and treat the woman well.
Yeah.
That's not gonna sell the records.
Yeah.
Look at Brent Faiyaz. Look at Party Next Door. Look at Future.
Yeah.
Toxicity is what sells these records.
Yeah.
So Wale became the corny guy, especially during the SoundCloud era when he went on Everyday Struggle. He confronted academics about him. He was like, "Oh, you think I'm corny?" He's like, "You're really the cornball." I'm just like, Wale, you kind of look at corny though because you pressing academics of all people. Like, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I was a huge Wale fan, and I'm sorry. Like, I'm just sorry that like I didn't keep up with him. Like, the last thing from him I think I listened to from Wale, like current, was, you know, the
Was it the one with the planet in the hand?
I listened to that, but it was also I listened to the
his last album.
the one he did with Jerry Seinfeld on the cover. What was that one called?
The album about nothing.
Yeah, the album about nothing. Yeah, that's the last thing, and that wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't. Ah, bro, just Wale.
It's just dope. To me, it's dope that Jerry Seinfeld, you know, signed off on on using the samples from the show.
Yeah, I think
That's super dope.
I think, bro, I think I might have to do a commentary about Wale's career.
We might have to do a Wale deep
man.
dive one day. Hey, part of the blog era.
Just like what happened, bro. Like what happened? Man?
What happened to Wale?
Yeah.
Starting off, his first name is Wale for you know, some African name.
He's Nigerian, man. Hey, respect.
African. That's an African name.
Some African name. You a wild boy.
That is some African name.
Racist.
You want some African name too.
No, it's not. Boy, last name Musk. You what else? Oh, is it me? Well, we both talk about the same album. You want to? I probably could save some stuff because I only
got one more album to talk about, and it's probably the worst thing. One of the worst projects I heard.
If you do one more, I'll do one more.
It might be the worst project I've heard. One of the worst projects I heard this year, and I gotta do a top 10 worst albums this year.
Okay,
listen to G Herbo's Big Swerv.
I did too. You both want to talk about it, or just
we can
pick
talk
another
about
album?
it. No, we could talk about it.
Let's talk about it, V.
That album was bad. That album was horrendous. I think he was in the studio with Polo G. They was taking turns on that mic.
I think. I think
his last album was so good.
I think Herbo is like that album felt uninspired. It felt like I'm just gonna put out something. Mm-hmm. It didn't feel like none of these songs was like well thought out. It just feel like I'm just gonna make a hip hop song. I'm just gonna make not even hip hop. The songs I make.
I'm finna make cool music.
Yeah, I'm finna make what I make, and like I don't know. It just, you know, the Sexy Red track, the 21 track. It's like, yeah, he still Big Swervo. He still got those connections. He can bring in the popular names, but no song stuck out to me.
I like the first song.
It wasn't bad, but I'm just saying, not stuck out to me like, oh, add this to the like list.
Oh yeah,
add this to.
I only added the first song to the
I didn't even
list.
add that because like, man, what happened to that Humble Beast?
Told you his last album was good, B.
Did I listen to it?
25. No, you didn't.
But he had a verse with on
Skilla Baby or Skilla Bang,
Nah.
whatever his name is.
Skrilla
Oh.
on Skrilla project, and I loved it. It's called Swerv. They was on that rapping, bro.
Well, he should have swerved from the studio on this one.
But that's on him and Baby Skilla.
Baby, I don't know his name.
Skilla Baby.
Look, I'm
Skilla
becoming
Baby,
that
man.
old head.
Yeah, Skilla Baby. Yeah, that was trash, bro. I was like,
All the songs on here, to me, this reminded me of the Polo G album. This felt very uninspired. It just felt very lackluster. And yes, did the beats bang? Yeah, but not in a good way. Nothing was like, ooh, that production right there.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh yeah, it's a lot of bass. It's here. It exists.
I actually forgot I listened to this till I was going through my list. I'm like, oh, what's this?
Yeah.
It was one of those.
I like the cover too.
I freaking forgot I listened to this album, B. And I remember I put it on Twitter, and you was like, yuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey man, it's Big
I was
Swerv.
correct on that yet too.
Yeah, you was.
I was correct on that yet because this album was probably one of the worst projects I've heard this year in terms of projects that came out this year.
Yeah.
This is one of the worst ones I've heard.
Yeah. Well,
Herbo, don't ever do this ish again.
Well, I'm gonna leave it on a positive note. The last album I listened to, hold up, what was it? Which one I want to talk about? Is it Reflection I want to talk about? Why it's not popping up? Sorry, B. Technical difficulties.
It's all right. While you look at that, I'll talk about a single that I listened to real quick. This is a girl named Tanner Adell. I think that's what it is. I didn't know she was black or white. She looks very racially ambiguous in terms of like, I can't tell what she is because it looks like she can either be white with a serious tan or she could just be black but very light skinned. The hair just throws me off and her look throws me off. But she's a country singer who infuses kind of like hip hop and pop elements. I listened to her single Silverado.
You liked the beat?
Yeah, because as usual, like I say with For the Shooters, they're one of those music curators where they're giving people a platform, letting them do their little music videos with the mic hanging out from the sky or whatever, like a Spider-Man. You go to the mic, and me, I saw a girl. I'm like, oh, here goes some P-word raps again.
Oh my god!
I heard her. She started singing. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm always surprised when they start singing, and then I gotta go start digging because I'm like, okay, you might got some chops. I'm like, I gotta check you out. I always give them the benefit of the doubt when they start singing.
Right.
She started doing that. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, is this country? I'm like, if so, I need to listen to this.
What's her name again?
Tanner Adell. TANNERADDELL, I think. But Tanner Adell. She has like 2 million Spotify listeners right now, I believe. I really enjoyed it. It's a fusion of like country and hip hop.
All right. Found my album, bro. I don't know why I'm fucking blank. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulty from my head. I listened to Train of Thought by Reflection External. It's been so long.
I heard that earlier this year.
Bro. So, this is an album I heard probably like 2 times in my life over the weekend. No, over Friday. I listened to it Friday. And it was one of those albums I listened to, I was like, yo, it's great project.
Like when you were younger? Or
yeah, this one I had to be like 17, 16. This one I was getting into my like, Black Thought, Mos Def, all them type of guys. All are like Ruckus and all that. But bro, this album right here, bro.
Good.
It's so good.
Good.
It's so good, bro. And then High Tech with the beats, man.
Good.
Bro, Talib with the rapping.
Good.
Bro, Talib, like, I don't know if people talk about his run like that. Because he has a run.
Does he have a run?
I'm talking about from this album, from Black Star, from like his first 3 projects. Like,
see, I the only album I listened to was the one with him on the front cover. I don't know if that's really saying much, but it's the album with Goodbye on it.
Yeah, just to get by.
That's the only. I've only heard Black Star.
You talking about Quality?
Maybe, yeah. Those are the only ones I heard. I never. Oh, and I heard his album with Madlib.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard that.
I heard, yeah. And then like Beautiful Struggles, bro. I love Beautiful Struggles. Some people probably don't out there. Oh man, I don't know. I just
is Talib Kweli someone who's
Liberation,
that should be talked about? Yeah, Liberation.
Yeah,
I haven't heard Liberation too.
You haven't heard it? Oh, two. That's the new one.
Because that was the one that just came out.
Yeah.
Well, a year or two ago.
Yeah. No, was it last year?
Maybe a year.
Because they put it out on like, did they put it out the same way they did
the Black Star 2 album?
Did they?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it was.
Because it's on streaming now.
Yeah. I listened to it on streaming.
Yeah, because they put the instrumentals on there.
Yeah, I didn't listen to the Black Star 2 album.
Me neither.
Because it was on their. It's
Luminary?
on their site.
Luminary.
Yeah, Luminary. That's what it's called.
What I'm gonna do is, bro, I'm gonna actually peep this one. I might listen to it over the weekend.
Liberation 2?
Yeah, I got it on my.
I wanted
I got
to
it on my
because,
Spotify.
this is after Mac's death. And so, when they was going around and, doing press for him and Madlib together.
Yeah.
There was one spot they went to, I think it was Hot 97 with Rosenberg. And they was talking about, oh, yeah, do you have any collaborations with, like, I guess the conversation between Mac Miller and Madlib came up. He said, yeah, I got some Mac. He said, I got some Maclib or whatever it's called. He got some of that in the tuck, and he's still working on it, still working the King's Out. But the album is there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That is dope. But yeah, I'm gonna check that out. But nah, bro, that album is really good, bro. Talib rapping that rap, bro. Spitting that, you know what I mean? That black knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And I know, like, he has a lot of hate on Twitter from a lot of, like, people.
He also kind of created that hate for himself.
Like, cause how he be
interacting with other people.
Yeah, he's.
It's one of those things where it's like he thinks he's coming off well, but
He's
people just see you as annoying.
Yeah, he can look annoying, especially from women, because he don't care who you are. Yeah. And when you come at a black woman, bro,
not just women, not just women, people of the other group too, because they say that he be going.
Yeah,
he says himself he be going.
I don't even think do he still got his podcast? I used to listen to his podcast.
Podcast, People's Party.
Yeah,
I enjoy it. Yeah,
it's still around.
Yeah, I think so. I haven't heard it like in a few months.
Bro, I used to listen
I was listening to it last year.
I used to listen to it a lot. I don't know what happened to it.
I think the last episode I listened to was the one with Master Ace.
Yeah,
but I didn't listen to them in chronological order.
I used to listen to them like as they come out.
Yeah, no, I don't do that. But yeah, my favorite ones is the one with Bun B. Even though he said he has a joint album with Bun B coming out soon, I'm just like, hey. I'm sorry. I'm like,
they've been they collaborated years ago.
Yeah, because he's on the UGK album, the self-titled one.
Yeah, he is.
Beautiful Woman or Real Woman. That's what I think the song is called, the double disc UGK album.
Yeah,
and I just want to say this, Talib, if you do an album with Bun B, please make sure he sits down and takes his time with his raps. Yeah. Some of them Trill Statics, I hate to say it, my boy was getting washed on some of them songs.
But he didn't really take his time.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. But also, whenever I listen to Yokozuna Trill that came out this year, he wasn't taking his time with that beat.
He probably did that.
And that's his problem. But guess what? That's why I said on that Meg song with him and Pimp C and them on there,
he was rapping.
He was doing his thing on there. I'm like, okay, bud, you just need to sit down and take your time.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Take your time. Because when Bun B spits, he be flowing. But yeah, I also heard that not Eternal Take.
Reflection.
Yeah, I listened to that earlier this year as well. Yeah. Because I was going through the whole, like, oh, B, send me some recommendations.
Yeah.
And in the middle of you sending me those, I'd be checking other stuff out just to kind of go through that. Because I heard some of Talib Kweli growing up, but I never was a big Talib Kweli fan. I was like, he's corny. Anybody who was rapping good back then that was Backpacker, corny.
Yeah, nobody, like, bro, some people don't even want to hear that stuff, bro. You kind of want to get
to
stuff.
When I was younger.
You want to
listen to this when I play this Gucci.
Yeah, it's some people you just want to get straight to the point. Like, I want something that's bang, the beat bang. You said something funny. Not even funny. You said something dope on that beat. Be simple. I understood what you meant. Some people don't want to hear that rapidy rap stuff. Yeah. I think most people don't want to hear rapidy rap. That's what I say. Yeah, most people don't want to hear rapidy rap.
But I'm more open to it now. I've got an older mind.
That's what I'm saying. I'm happy that bro, I used to try to, even with TV shows, even with manga, even with all this stuff, bro, I don't care about this at all, man. Finally, he's growing up. He's growing up. Even when you came to me, like, when you was young, you bring it up, like how he came up with the Jay-Z, and I was like, I don't want to hear that. Because, like, at that point in my mind, I was into deep underground stuff, and I had that mentality of, like, Jay-Z sucks. Because to me, they didn't like Jay-Z. This is real hip-hop. So, I'm sorry. Even though I love that album now.
See? He was the reason I didn't listen to that Tyler Quality. I thought that was corny. But I was into Jay-Z was corny.
I was into
the greatest hip-hop rapper of all time.
I was into that, that LP, where I was jamming, like, that type of stuff. Like, Crush It, freaking all the Company Flow stuff and all that, man. I was into that stuff at the time. I was tripping, bro. MF Doom.
He was into that wordy hip-hop.
Yeah, jamming self-titled, bro. Like, I haven't listened to a self-titled. Immortal Technique and all them people, bro, Dancing with the Devil and stuff like that, all that.
I've only heard one Immortal Technique album.
I'm
afraid to get into him because I'm just like, pause.
Yeah.
Because he just looks too wordy and he looks like he says a lot. And I'm just like, I'm not ready for that.
He'll hit you with that blackity black stuff too, bro.
Yeah, I'm not ready for that. I'm not ready for that. I like to be a coon sometimes, B.
Yeah. That's it on that section, B?
Yeah, I think that's about it because we got some albums that we got to talk about. But before that, let's go ahead and get into some of the news. And that's about it for the What We've Been Jamming section of the podcast.